Gotta show him I can still rap though. Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. Run it up. First it with the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the bag like here I go again. Outside says the chirp, now the camera phone. Told you I'ma make, keep the channels on. Why you acting different when the camera's on? Why you acting different like your paper long? 8 day wake up and I thank God. Bad decision got you wishing you could say nah. My city gritty, you could get hit any day now. On my mama, I'ma move my family way out. With some 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, zillions. I'm talking Amazon money, talking so much money I could mess around and buy Amazon. I been winning, I'm like, why me? I heard these labels wanna buy me. I don't need you, boo, I style me. I roll G's and they grind me. Now I'm on my game, nothing is the same. Who am I to blame? Money made me change. Cardi in my ring when I'm switching lanes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Now I got a buck for all those rainy days. Ain't have a day off in like 80 days. I got hustles in like 80 ways. Kids if he won't take a lazy day. Wifey on me told me take a break. I keep going to the paper street. Then it's trips out to Montego Bay. If I take the job, bet I'll get it done. I said it before, I'm a 101. I just caught some ones, only wearing ones. Fornicate the funds, money made me calm. Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock a tech. You want that chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch? Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, or you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, or you matter what. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
The voice of Master Chief, Spartan 117. And you're tuned in to Next Podcast. Now, wake me when you need me.
To the cum zone. Oh, only
shit,
come inside.
No. Oh. Yo, what is going on, people? I had to mute these people. I knew at some point in time that would get. Oh my goodness, guys! It's still in my ear, by the way. Yo, Mega, can you change that up, man? I'm trying to say hi to the people. We are live right now, bro. Yeah, I muted that shit with the quickness, but I know some of it leaked out, yo. Oh my.
Hey, Fred,
yo, what is going on, people? I have the panel unmuted.
I got him.
I knew it was going to happen one night. I just did not expect it to be tonight, man. I'm usually quick with the mute, but yes, K-Mega got me. He got me. Yo, what is going on, people? It is Thursday night. It is a little after 8 p.m. Yes, I rushed home from work to start the show. It is the Next Podcast. Good to see everybody in the chat. Before we get down to it with the intros and such, we got to do the whole YouTube business thing. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Share the show out. It might get a little messy tonight. If I had to make a prediction, it might get a little messy tonight. We got some really, really cool things to talk about. So share the show out there. Let's get a bunch of people in here. Let's see where the chat goes as well as where the panel goes on these topics. So let's get into the introductions. I'm gonna start first. The man who just bombed the show, coming live from the 405, and he's just trying to talk to the intelligent gamers out there. It is K Mega. What is up, bro?
What's happening? What's happening, man? Eating some dinner while I'm doing the show. But tonight, really what it should be is called GRG because of the fact that I'm here before the host is. And to me, that's kind of like, you know what? Since I'm a host, I mean, so we could do the, GRG next slot, next.
Yo, dude, do you remember when we did the whole GRG next, like, kind of like mashup together, man? That
was a hit. That was a hit.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
That was fun.
But but this is on Xbot448's YouTube channel, and this is the next podcast, bro. Just want to let you know, there no name swapping or anything like that is happening tonight. But yes, you were here. You were here before I was. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to get my charge cable for my vape going here.
He's trying to get his bearings straight.
I know. Look at this man's over here nervous, man. We hit the zone. I
can't believe. Man. I was so good about keeping the zone off the show for so long.
Smoke equal fire.
Yeah. Oh man.
But guys,
but anyway, I just want to say this. I do want to say this though. I wanted to say this. I am now officially part of the Tarnished. I don't know how this happened. But I put in over 73 hours into Elden Ring.
Dude, that does not surprise. That does not
surprise
me.
I'm lost. I am lost. I was at the end of my second playthrough of Cyberpunk, and I was just about to go rock Judy's draws. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready, right? Like because my first playthrough was Pan Am.
Oh, but so you catching Judy on this round.
So I'm catching Julia, and she just gave me the call, told me to meet her at the dock or at the little cabin or whatever. And I'm like, I'm on my way. Then next thing you know, somebody talks me into getting Elden Ring, and then I got it. I have not touched anything else. And what's great tripping me out?
You're leaving Judy
is
waiting,
I hate Souls games, right? Like, but this is a different animal, man. I'm balls to the wall, man. I'm balls to the wall in this game. Sure.
Yeah. And all the while Judy's just sitting there in that cabin or whatnot, just waiting.
I know.
No, nobody's showing up. Like,
fish.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, sweet fish.
No, dude. Don't even get that whole thing started. But guys, next on the list, he is the inventor, the creator of #CrispyTruth. If you talk to him in Xbox Live parties or on social media, he will gladly, without a fee, just give you his unbridled opinion, and that is Crispy Bomb. What is up, bro?
Oh man, just the sweet fish comment. It's got me going. I think we're on another level tonight, but I mean, my God, I haven't played Gears for a whole week in God knows how long. But I did that this week. I haven't played Gears all week. I played Halo Infinite. Shout out to Lemon and Jago. Those guys carried the hell out of me. And then me and Mega before that had a epic battle on MK11. Started off, Mega was just trashing me, and I don't know. I maybe I got the characters, whatever it may be, but I mean, we're gonna go into that again at some point. I hope.
Oh yeah,
so.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna do that.
It was so much fun. It was like 2 hours of my life that I could play over and over again because it was just crazy. We were going at each other. So, I love gaming, and it's glad to be here. And the sweet fish.
No sweet fish. No sweet fish, brother. But guys, next on the list, you might remember last week if you tuned in that this man was a bit under the weather. I hope and pray he is feeling better today. He is coming from the Lone Star State. It is the man, none other than Predator. What is up, bro?
Not much, man. I'm feeling a lot better last week, but man, I'll tell you what, man, I could not be bulimic, man, because I was throwing up all last week, and my throat is still sore from that shit. It's like I don't know, like I feel better, but like wow, I don't know what
Dude,
the
did
fuck
you have
bug I
like
ate
food
had. Or,
poisoning? Like
I
somebody
don't know, man.
like
I don't know what the fucking
brought you
problem was.
food? They I don't know, man.
Swallowed all them pony tears. Just got me sick.
Oh, there's plenty of that right now, man. There is plenty of that right now out there in the Twitterverse. That it's kind of crazy. But guys, let's get into it. I'm taking a look. I'm trying to decide what the first topic should be. You know what? Let's ask K Mega about his whole Elden Ring thing, because like he said before, he didn't really get into Souls games that much. So K Mega, you've gotten hours and hours under your belt when it comes to Elden Ring. What in your opinion makes this game good? And does it seem like a game that would be good for people who uh don't get into Souls games, maybe haven't tried Souls games, like a good kind of like entry point?
Yes, and yes. That's exactly what I was going to. First thing I was going to say was that it's an entry game. It's an entry point game. Like, because you've heard me before. I'm like, look, man, that's just not my genre. For people who like Souls games, that's cool. But I gotta give credit to my boy So Shady, right? Like he kept pressuring me, like, man, and kept sending me reviews and kept saying, like, come on, man. And I'm like, and it wasn't just him, it was other people, like, man, just give this game a try. I think this game is going to be the one that you can like, because they want people to join them, going on quests and play multiplayer and stuff like that. So I went ahead and I risked it all. I paid for it, and then I was just like, but I wasn't going to let this become a Battlefield 2042 situation. I was going to give it about 3-4 days, and then if it was going to give me that same vibe like Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 1, then I was going to just ask for my money back and then be done with the whole Souls game from software business forever. But the one thing that I love, and you guys know this, is open world games. I love open world games. It's funny to me that now all of a sudden people are starting to like open world games again. But I love that, because the one thing about it that gave me the idea to think, well, maybe this game could be a little bit different, because if I use the same strategy as what I do with other open world games, because I play my open world games on hard difficulty, sometimes on the hardest difficulty, sometimes just the next hardest level after normal. And if I go fight things that I'm not supposed to, I go to places that I'm not supposed to, get strong, come back and beat the first boss, because normally you just can't just go whoop a first boss ass or whatever. And so once that happened, like the first thing I tried to be bold and go against that tree sentinel, got my ass waxed. I think it was one hit. I was done. I was like, okay, here we go. And then I went another direction. I went right, and then I seen some bats. I was cutting them, felt pretty good. There's still a little challenge, but then I was like, okay, and then I was fighting these dogs, went into a cave, a whole bunch of rats, and then I kept losing quite a bit, but then I was kind of understanding the patterns and going through there. Went inside there, killed those rats, opened up, and then there was a chest. I felt rewarded. Opened it up, and it was a trap, so it sent me all the way to the hardest part of the game, which is because some people call it Khalid, I call it Salid, whatever the hell it is, right? And there, I was like, okay, I think I'm going to be done with this game. But for some reason, I was beating things that I shouldn't have, and I was leveling up really quick. And then I just jumped back and started going through the beginning parts of the game and started having a good time. So it is definitely an entryway game for people like me who don't like Souls games. This game is great. I let people decide what they want to. I will not put this in the same category of the great category of Red Dead 2 and Witcher 3. I still think that those games are better. But this game is great. This game is special. I'm not going to even deny it. It's definitely a Game of the Year competitor right off the gate. Like, I mean, like I said, I put 73 hours into it. I've seen the ins and outs. There's still some really hard challenges, but stronger you are, the enhancements of what you want to do, the creativity of the customization of how you want. If you just want to be a guy that got a sword and learn how to do special moves with a sword or a hammer or a big weapon or something like that, you got kick-ass moves. If you're like me, that's kind of like a hybrid, because I picked a prisoner. I still got some sword abilities, but I'm more of a magical guy. But then like the stuff between faith, arcane, you got to boost up your intelligence, things like that. There's just so much variety for your character to become whatever that you want them to be. And then just some of the summons are really cool. The one thing of the story, it's hard to follow the story because there's so much in the game to do. But other than that, I just look at it and say, damn, this game is good. Now, it's got some moments where it's absolutely gorgeous. There's other moments where it just looks okay, like a cool looking game. But the size of this game, which at first I was like, this is not the biggest game that I've ever played. But now knowing that I've been into the Underground Labyrinth, bro, this might be the biggest game I've ever played, if not right next to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Because Odyssey was probably the biggest game I've ever played. So worldwide, and I touched every corner of Odyssey. So that's saying something. So that game, so Elden Ring is even about the same size, or I would say just maybe a little bit bigger. I need to know more about the Underground Labyrinth, but believe me when I say this, like, okay, as big as the map is on the game, like you just don't know until you just start venturing out. There's underground layers and labyrinths and tunnels and all that shit.
Yeah.
That's the same size of the map at the bottom. It's nuts.
I keep hearing something. I keep seeing on Twitter. And for people who don't know, when I'm at work, I work 12-hour shifts. So my entertainment is Twitter throughout the day. I think that's why some of my colorful tweets have kind of like surfaced lately and whatnot, because it's my entertainment throughout the day. But K Mega, one of the themes that I've seen when it comes to this game is like people are so surprised at all the hidden areas that they're finding within this map.
It's nuts. Like, I mean, and I'm getting hit up by all different types of people. Like Bloody's been coming in, Super G, aka the driver, and his crew coming in to ask me. Attic has been hitting me up, Kid Smooth. Like we become like they would hit me up and like, hey man, this area right here, like there was a clip I showed of this big, huge white dragon that was like surrounded by all these other little dragons, but those little dragons are damn near the size of the screen of your TV screen. So that damn white dragon was huge. You could kill that thing. So I went and killed it this morning. I was up until 6:30 this morning playing that shit. Like I gotta go to sleep. Like me and Attic was going through and trying to get through this one area. Like it's nuts. I have to say, I'm enthralled. I can't say about a Dark Souls 4 would I be all on that because I don't know if that's the same vibe. But if there's an Elden Rings 2, I'm gonna buy that shit day one immediately because I am that much impressed with the game. So for the I'm not giving this game a 10. It just is there's some things in the game that I don't believe that should be given a 10. But I would give it a 9.5 easily. Hellified easily. And that's me after me giving Witcher 3 a 96. So that tells you how close the gap is not that far. I just still feel that Witcher 3 is still a better game overall, just from my experience of playing both. So that's just for me, for what I'm saying. So reviews, I think for the first time, man, I guess been spot on. I mean, I don't really pay attention to them, but this game is special. It's damn good, man.
Nice. Well, brother, you have just gave me the segue of all segues because, we're talking about reviews. A certain game, it comes out tomorrow. Reviews have come out. I believe it was between yesterday and today. For Gran Turismo 7. And it is very, very interesting out there in the gaming community, especially on social media right now, when it comes to this game, when it comes to these reviews. Now, if you are a person that looks at Metacritic, all right, I am not a person that takes Metacritic seriously. But if you want to know numbers, the Metacritic score for Gran Turismo 7 right now is an 87. Now, gamers with common sense that are level-headed or whatnot would be like, wow, that's a great score. The thing is, throughout recent history, going from last generation into this generation, a certain narrative has been built up by PlayStation extremists. When games were coming out during the PS4 era, going into the PS5, and these games were coming out and they were getting rated 90 or higher. These guys were coming out and saying that's all that Sony does. That's all they do. They just produce 90 plus bangers. And yes, I use the word that I absolutely hate. But it seems that the games that have come out recently, none of them has hit that 90 mark, but these guys are still championing them. And I'm like, well, where did that narrative go that you were talking about? So GT7, when it comes to the reviews, I've seen some gameplay or whatnot. Let's see. Pred, have you checked out the reviews for GT7? What are your thoughts on this game that's dropping tomorrow, man?
I saw the score. I didn't go into the individual reviews and read them. But I mean, an 87 isn't bad, but like for whatever reason, I won't say for whatever reason, the certain people in the community have made an 87 sound like it's a bad score. And I'll just leave it at that. Like it's an 87 is not a terrible score at all. It didn't get like a 50. We had a game recently that came out. What was it? Crossfire got like a nothing. So like, it's not a bad score, but for whatever reason, I think it's because in the past when PlayStation was getting 90 scores on their games, and you get an Xbox game, it's like an 85, 86. People would talk shit like that was a bad thing. It really isn't. Like an 80 is not bad at all. But I'll say this: for a game that's coming out tomorrow, there's been no hype around this game whatsoever. Like I just haven't seen it. Maybe somebody else has. Like, and I know like K-Make is a racer fan. Maybe he's seen something in the circles he's in, but like I've not heard jack squat about this game at all. Nothing positive. I've seen that little video, the car doing flips and shit, but like I've not seen shit at all. So I'm not gonna harp too much on the Metacritic score right now. But for a game that everybody was trying to say was going to kill Forza, I would have thought that there'd be more information out there and more talk about it, and more videos and stuff.
When they said kill Forza, this is the funny thing. When they said kill Forza, they're not talking about the most recent Forza game. Come to find out,
that's what somebody,
they're talking about 2017 Forza.
Yeah. Well, and to be honest with you, I mean, to be completely honest, like the screenshots I've seen, the Forza from the past is better than what I'm seeing with Gran Turismo right now. But again, I'm looking on Twitter, so I don't know what it looks like on a real TV screen and stuff like that. But like, I mean, you would think that as many people were talking shit about Forza Horizon, and like the ones that are out there talking shit about Forza Horizon would be championing this game right now. Gran Turismo, and I've not heard shit from those people. Nothing. And this is one of their best-selling games of all time, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, franchise.
And like
it still is their best-selling franchise right now.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. Maybe like when the game comes out tomorrow, like I'll start seeing some, obviously I'll see the PlayStation community start posting videos and screenshots and shit like that. But like, and it's crazy because like I'm not hearing anything about Horizon either right now.
Like Horizon Forbidden West?
Yeah, like I've not heard
that game died so fast.
So fast, dude. So fucking fast. So I'm sure people are playing that game. I'm sure people are gonna play Gran Turismo. I'm sure like it's gonna sell well, but like it just like they just died. Like that game, Horizon's died, and I have a feeling the same thing's gonna happen with Turismo too. Like it'll be hyped up for about a week, and then we won't hear shit from that game anymore. I don't know why, But
Yo, Pred,
Jesus, man, like
I got a question for you, Pred. Like with all this going on now, supposedly there is no damage to the cars in Gran Turismo. Now, when it comes down to it, I've played every Forza. Not only
not even
that, but
cosmetic.
even third party. Did you see that car roll in the rally? Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing. Like that's why to me it kind of brought me back, kind of like the physics of when that car kind of rolled over. It brought me back to the PlayStation 1, because like when it came down to it, there was like no damage whatsoever. Dude, what do you think today's day and age, where even multi-plat racers, whether they're sim, whether they're arcade, it seems like all the developers out there, they have some type of kind of like damage system, if it's cosmetic or if it goes deeper. What do you
yeah.
think if GT7 has none of that?
Like I, it's a sim. Like, how do you not have damage? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you,
Okay, that's how you call my name. How do you not have damage in a sim?
dude.
In a sim racer,
That's a
I don't
great
get it.
question.
Like,
That's a great question.
I think, but see, this is, I will just go this far as to say this. They've look from what it looks like, they've used the same assets from GT Sport, because GT Sport didn't have damage either. That just seems like that's just a lot of those assets just got carried over into that, and then they just polished up the graphics and added more, features within the game, things like that. But I don't know, man.
I mean,
It's pretty crazy. Yeah,
I feel like
because and car companies too probably don't want to see their cars
Smashed up.
We're past that
smashed
because
up.
every other
every other game,
developer does
Forza
damage.
does it.
Yeah. I know that was the point I'm going to make. Yeah, Forza does it, but remember how games it used to be where cars would get destroyed, right? But all of a sudden, then they kind of stopped it. But you do see damage in Forza. You see damage in other, Need for Speed, other games
Grid.
as well. Yeah, Grid. Well, I didn't even play this new Grid, but the old Grid, that I played, you've seen damage in there. So it is pretty crazy to see that they didn't. They're not adding like serious damage like that, or even
Phase
physics
23,
overall.
are you sure that Forza Motorsport 7 does not have damage? Are you sure about that? Are you ready to put your name on that statement, brother?
If there's an option in the game if you want damage or not.
Yeah.
So come on now.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Come on.
Yo,
I wanna see.
Nukem, what is up, brother? Good to see you in the chat. Boom, boom, kaboom. It is good to see you, bro.
In the room.
I don't know. Hold on real quick. I'm looking at some of this gameplay, and I don't know if it's just me, but it just seems like the car is just like on a record player. You know what I'm saying? When you're
dude,
driving.
that look, like the camera when you take a turn, like everything shifts, kind of like one of Lauryn Hill's videos. You know what I'm saying? Like everything shit. It's a really rigid camera system.
Like you're not driving the car, you're just navigating the road. Does that make any sense?
Yes. Dude, thank you for seeing that, because that was going to be one of my points. It feels like those old school kind of like the racing game. It wasn't necessarily a video game. It had like a car model, and it kind of like,
And it sat there, and all you had to do was move the fucking
and you turned the car
track.
back and forth. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I just noticed that as I was watching this quick gameplay from John. I can't say his name. Don Joe Wong Song. Yeah.
Don Juan Song. Yeah. And that dude is a crazy racer, man.
Yeah, he's a crazy racer too. I love watching his Forza videos. But yeah. Okay, you can move on.
All right, brother. So let's go to Crispy. Crispy, I don't know when it comes to racers. I don't think I haven't seen you play Forza or anything like that. You got the voice of a car guy though. A muscle car guy. I will add to that. But kind of like what's your do you get into racing games, and what do you think about what you've seen from Gran Turismo 7 so far in the reviews?
Racing games are like 10 years ago for me. I mean, they were great at times. They're also horrible at times. From what I've seen, compared to Horizon, I don't see what other people see.
Dude,
But
you
know
can't
what?
you can't compare it to Horizon. From what I've seen on
Well,
social
then
media.
if it's a sim racer, then you go to another sim the Xbox came out with, which is what? Flight Sim. Okay?
Okay.
Which is, according to them, not a game. Remember that. It's not a game. It's a simulation. So, when's the word right to use? That's my confusion. Why do we continue to act like certain words are relevant in certain atmospheres compared to what we experience now? And that's the whole point. The one thing I'll say is that it's easy to see, even on Twitter, when a game is running correctly or when it's not. And I feel like the less people talk about this game and say it looks great, and you're not putting it in replay mode, and you're not putting it in photo mode, which do totally different renderings
Mm-hmm.
to what you are actually playing the game. Which, keep in mind, I have thousands of clips playing on the Series X that are completely just off the Xbox. And sometimes, hey, they look dark. They need to fix that. But it's fewer and far between now. And I play multiplats. I play first person or first party games. I don't understand the defense. There's no defense for this right now. And I see actual PlayStation players that are disappointed with this game, which is kind of sad for me because I played GT2. I beat the hell out of that game. Gran Turismo 2 is one of the greatest games I've ever played. As far as
Ever.
simulation, racers, one of the greatest games I've ever played. And they tried to bring that back with what, how you go about doing things. I could see that, but from what I saw, I'm sorry. You could take one game or the other. You could take Gears 5, you could take Doom Eternal, whatever it may be. And you go and look at that and you say, well, racers are supposed to be easy. Well, guess what? This shit don't look on the same level as Horizon 5. It doesn't even look close, bro. Not even close.
You know, I will say, Crispy, it's funny that you say that because when you look at Horizon 5 and you look at GT7, and this is something I even thought about with Forza Motorsport 7 at one point in time. You know, you have an open world game, right? So you have like this mass area and stuff. How does an open world game, and in a lot of points, in a lot of
look
ways,
better
look
than a
better than a
linear
closed circuit racing
Yes.
game?
That's my problem. And you know what? You can disagree with me. You could disagree with Bot. But at the end of the day, I played those games. Those closed circuit. I'll tell you right now, back in the day, GT2 was one of the greatest looking games. It had 2 discs, motherfucker. Okay?
Oh,
And I
oh,
played both of them.
oh.
All right? And I completed everything I could possibly complete. And you know what? I didn't get no damn trophies. I did it because I wanted to. I used the Escudo. Once I got to the max level, I used the Escudo the whole fucking time. And that was an off-road vehicle, by the way. It was basically the greatest off-road vehicle ever made. Okay? And people don't know that thing did 200 miles an hour going sideways, motherfucker. All right? And that's what I experienced. All right?
Do you want to play rough? Okay.
And I did all the endurance missions, by the way. All of them. I ran that PlayStation for 7 hours straight doing one fucking race.
Yes,
So
I
don't
love
give me
endurance
that
races.
shit.
I
All right.
love
They were
endurance races.
super hard. They were annoying at times, but when you finished, man, you felt like you conquered the world. And that's what
Crispy,
I'm
hold
just
on
saying.
1 second. Hold on 1 second. I want to, first off, Tryhard Fan, and it's good to see you back in the chat. And he said basically, games are more than just graphics. GT7 is about the celebration of cars. And Tryhard, I hear you on that. I got a question for you though. How much has GT7 copied off of Forza Motorsport when it comes down to it? Like when you look at what Turn 10 and even Playground has done when it comes to the sky. Now all of a sudden, Gran Turismo, they are focusing on the sky. When it comes to selecting cars and getting a history, you go to the cafe in Gran Turismo, and you get that as well, brand new. But we've had it for years on Forza Motorsport. I hear what you're saying about the celebration of cars, but that's something that Forza's been doing for years now.
Can I just kill that for a second? So, Gran Turismo 7 coming out with how many cars? It's 440, somewhere around there, I believe.
It's around 400.
Forza 6, actually. But a lot of people brought that up. Forza 6 had 750 plus.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Think about that.
That's
so,
a celebration of cars.
Do not, and don't get me wrong. I actually like the fact that they went into each car maker and let people understand. I like that part, but that's a little late. And to be honest with you, it's just like Madden. They brought it back because they did that shit in Gran Turismo 2, bro. Just to warn you, go play it. I know. It's in my memory bank. I remember. Yeah, that's it, bot.
Nice. Yo, shout out to Albert T. He says, I just get the Skyline and soup it up. And bro, when it comes to cars that can like span different car classes and stuff like that, you got the all-wheel drive Skyline. Yo, that is a great car.
The 01 GTR is one of the greatest machines ever built.
That's the
and
GTR
I
34,
guarantee
right? I
believe.
believe.
No, it's just called the GTR. And it's the 01 GTR. You can get up to 1,500 horsepower if you tune it correctly. It is one of the greatest vehicles ever built. I am sorry, and anybody that has one in America, which is very hard to find, will agree with me. Trust me.
All right, so let's go to a racing fanatic, kind of like me. We are going to K Mega now. K Mega, first off, when I go to you about racing topics, I always think about the nights that like we had me, you, the Don, people from the community going into like Forza and racing and stuff like that. And I gotta let people out there know, K Mega, he's got some skills behind the wheel. Like I don't say that often, but he definitely does, and it's a lot of good times. So, Mega, I know you have to have some opinions on what's going on here in terms of the reviews, in terms of what people are saying on social media as well. Now, I will throw in something. I don't compare an open world racer to a closed circuit racer. I don't do that. I won't be like, well, this and this looks better, that and that looks better. I like to go closed circuit to closed circuit, open world to open world. Now the thing is, Sony's first party have never come out with an open world racer that we can do that with. So, I got to give.
Well, they did, but it failed, and I don't know why, because it was fun. That was that Motor Storm game, the arcade version. That was exclusive, I think, only on PlayStation 3. I mean, they lied about the graphics and stuff like that. But I get what your point is. I know what you're saying.
All right. So what have you seen about Gran Turismo? Within the reviews, the gameplay, and of course the reaction that's going on, because there seems to be it's a pretty heated topic out there right now. About Gran Turismo.
You know why it's heated? Because the stands know that that Gran Turismo is not the game that it once was. Period. And and I'm gonna have to do a little pushback too, because I mean, I'm a huge Gran Turismo fan. The granddaddy of them all, as I say. But just like with anything, granddad can get old quick. You know what I'm saying? Granddad can get out there and say some crazy things. And be one of those,
Granddad,
be
his
out,
knees
be
are
out, be
acting up,
outdated.
man. His knees are
Yeah,
acting
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. Not
Yeah.
that. Just talk. Yeah, like just the old man. Don't get off my line. I do what I do. Forza's now the dad of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's the new flavor. Need for Speed was in high regards and standing for forever. Gran Turismo changed that, took the mantle. So I'm always going to have love for GT, and I'm always going to buy and support GT. I'm going to get this one as well.
I mean, well,
And
there's a lot to like. There's a lot of stuff that they're bringing
yeah,
back.
no, right, but that's the point though. That's what I was going to say. I'm going to give you the pushback is because GT is not followed Forza because GT hasn't changed. They don't evolve very, even though they take forever to bring their games out, their games do not truly evolve. You go back and you play Gran Turismo 1, Gran Turismo 2, Gran Turismo 3, which was the greatest Gran Turismo and one of the greatest races of all time, in my opinion. That you put that and compare that to this game. Only thing that you're really going to look at is that, okay, you got multiplayer and you got prettier graphics. You still had more cars on 3. You still had the same type of assets. You had off-road. You had all these other things. But you even had destruction in your cars in the third one. So again, this is the thing to me that bothers me the most about it is that you sit here and you put all of, like I was saying earlier, that the assets from motorsport, from GT Sport, it's just been pushed over to this game. And they added some polish to it. And when people start showing that game for the first week, like Brad said, yeah, this game's going to be popping for the first week. Then it's not going to be talked about no more. Maybe 2. But what's going to be shown from them? All of those ray traced, rendered pics from where the car is rolling, or sitting in a nice area to where it's in 4K. They're not going to show you the game while it's actually in play. They'll show you replays because GT always has been the best when it shows replays. They are masterful at showing the replays. Forza just doesn't do a really good job like GT does when it comes to showing their replays. Like the replays are just absolutely amazing.
Great.
That's what you'll see. But that's the problem, though, is that when you see people that show Forza, they show the game in action. They'll show some pictures of it showing somewhere and do a picture mode. But when you're going to see a lot of these people that's out here that wants to do the stand work for PlayStation, they're going to show the pictures. That's it. They're not going to show you the gameplay because they're too afraid to let you see the true actual how that game looks in action. And the game now in HUD mode, the game looks good. But from the back of the back of the bumper mode, no. It still looks dated. And
no wonder why when they did that kind of like the state of play on Gran Turismo, it was always inside.
It was always inside, right? Because they were really good. They're really good at that. Like they have advantages over Forza in certain categories, but it's damn sure not what you see for graphical from the graphical push, because now everybody sees. I said this 3 years ago. I was when Mixer was still around, and I was streaming GT Sport, and I was like, man, I put in like 40 hours into that game, and I was just showing like, bro, like, how could Digital Foundry get this so wrong? How I'm playing both games. Motorsport 7 is so much better looking than this game. That, you know what I'm saying? There's more tracks on GT Sport. The multiplayer is better, but this game is not in comparison. And how people want to use the sim talk of saying, well, this game is more sim and
Yeah,
that
got
game is more
Albert in the
arcadey.
you right now.
Oh, did he?
He's
know that's
asking
what
what's
they
the
say.
highest rated sim racer of all time. Like he had to really narrow it down. He didn't say what's the highest rated
bro.
racer. 'cause
Yeah, but
doesn't
that
fit the
was
narrative.
completely skewed.
Yeah, they're like
10 years ago.
right. So
Completely
this is what because really, truthfully, if you want to say the highest rated, it would be Project Cars, because they say they know how to really hit that sim race field, or the game that's on PC that gets high praise for its sim racing.
How
So
about
again,
F1 racing?
Yeah, F1 racing. But again, this is the thing right here. Like, this is to kill the whole argument, because they know that the end is here for Gran Turismo to be even in the discussion of talking about which the best racer in the gaming space, in the gaming industry. It's not even there anymore. Okay, so when people do the comparison, say, oh, well, because Brap came at me and was saying, oh yeah, no. What does Forza Horizon 5 got to do with a sim racer? Because you can't compare the two. Well, I can because the better looking racer is Horizon, but I'll play your game for you. I'll play the game. I don't know who he think he is sometimes when we try to pump through that shit. I'm like, but this also proves he's not knowledgeable into whatever he's trying to come at me about. Because GT Sport came out the same damn year as Motorsport 7. And who was rated higher? If you care about ratings, I don't give a fuck about ratings. I just know what I played. Forza Motorsport 7 was a better racer, period, than GT Sport.
That's why it's just going to be. That's why.
And they came out the same year. And the sad thing about it was that the GT Sport came out with a year later with the rain physics. What are you talking about?
K-Mega, and not only that, but think about when Forza Horizon 5 came out, how many people were out there saying, well, just wait until Gran Turismo 7 comes out. They were already comparing it then.
They were comparing to, yes, you're right. They were comparing Horizon. So I'm just doing what you guys are doing. I was just going to say that. Like, so make up your mind. So when you say, okay, well, this game's got a 92, all right, so cool. Gran Turismo is going to be right there. They're going to get the 93. They're going to get the 92 to 93, and it's a better game because it's a sim racer. Well, it's not. It didn't get the better score. So obviously, PlayStation better get that ass to work and start making a arcade racer again to see if that can compete against Forza Horizon. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. Because I think that's one of those. They waited way too long for that. Forza Horizon's on a whole nother plateau. Whole nother plateau now. It's way up there. Now everybody's going to be wanting to see what Motorsport's going to be, and I think
Albert G. I just want to let you know, Albert G. changed it to Sim Racer on consoles because I guess iRacing is the highest rated sim racing.
Yeah. See, that's what I just look. I play these racers, man. I play racers and fighters and RPGs, man, and sports games. I'm a unicorn. I play all different types of weird shit. So you can't come to me and tell me, and I go and find that shit. I seek it. That's why I got a gaming rig. So do not try to come with that garbage talking about like, oh, nah, man. Nah, bro.
Dude, Doggy Dog, hold on. Doggy Dog in the chat made a great point. He was like, yeah, they were comparing it to Forza Horizon 5 a few weeks ago when they thought it had ray tracing in the gameplay.
You're right. Doggy Dog. See, look at that, Lord.
Dog, you caught him in 4K, bro.
Caught him 8K. Shit, he caught him 8K with ray tracing. 8K, you know what I'm saying? But that's my last point is that look, I still support the game. The game is still going to be enjoyable to play, because then this is what it's going to come down to for people who are fans of GT, is that it doesn't have to be the best looking game. It's all about how the game just operates, right? And even though it still has that same old feel, it doesn't have a like you can feel the difference between Motorsport and Horizon. And you can sit there and you have the options to make it more arcadey on Motorsport, or you can make it even more difficult sim-wise. Now, some people will debate about how sim you can Forza gets compared to other games, or like how you can get it on GT. That's fine. But the point of the matter is that GT has never really progressed to the points or the levels that Forza has. You can go back and look at Forza from Forza when it first came out to look at Forza, the last motorsport, Forza 7, and you see drastic improvements, not only within weather, but just the way that physics, graphics, all of that. You know what I'm saying? The only thing people were comparing to with Motorsport, if you remember GT Sport and to Motorsport 7, was that GT Sport had people that you could that could change the tires. I forgot what those guys were called. What those people are called to change the pit crew. Yeah, pit crew. There's no pit crew in Forza. That's a fail. Watch Motorsport going to have a pit crew next time. And what's funny, so on top of that, how many of you people really do be playing endurance races? I do.
I love them.
I
love
did the
them.
whole fucking like 18-hour motherfucker on Forza.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? I do it. Like I remember that the one on when I did my very first one on Gran Turismo years ago was on the night track, and that track took all day because I had to go through it. I forgot how many times. All day. I sit there and I had to call into work because I said I can't. If I stop this, I can't save it in the middle of this race. So I called it to work. I said, fuck it. So I sit there and I said, fuck it. I called it to work. And I did that whole big ass long endurance race sequence that you had to do at the last part of that game. So come on, man. So it's still great for what it is, but it's just not the same. Forza is now taking over. Let Forza get his shine. That's all that needs to be said. Forza's the king.
Yo, all right, guys. I'm gonna open this up, and anybody on the panel can take this with what we've seen with Gran Turismo, and I let me throw my opinions out here real quick. What we saw in terms of the car physics with that clip with the car rolling, the game really better not be that way, because if you're a sim racer, the kind of like the hit detection needs to be on point. Like like when you hit something, you need to have the car react. No damage is a huge minus. That is a huge negative.
But that is in the game because that is the same thing that you do in GT Sport.
Yeah, well, it's a huge. There. How do you have a sim racer where you can't simulate, like, if you hit a car too hard, like denting your fender in and having it? Because I know in Forza you can have the damage actually mean something. You can go cosmetic if you want, or you can have it mean something where you can, like, your alignment will get blown off. Like, you can literally destroy your engine while racing and all that good stuff. That is a simulation right there. At least have the option to have it as a simulation. When it comes down to it, in terms of the looks, there are some Gran Turismo maps that look absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And then there are other ones that don't even look like they're a part of the game. And this is something that I'm going to be looking for when Forza Motorsport comes out as well, because to see what Playground Games has done with an open world racer when it comes to the vegetation on the sides of the road and stuff like that, there is no excuse for a closed circuit racer to look as bland, even if it's just grass on the ground. There's got to be it's got to be detailed on the sides. You got to see a mix between, because there's wildflowers growing on the sides, stuff like that. There's got to be more detail when it comes to these closed circuit racers in certain racing venues and tracks. And again, this is something that I said in Forza Motorsport as well. And now to see what Playground has done with an open world game, there is no excuse out there. And this is where it's unfortunate for Gran Turismo to be coming out first after that open world game came out to show everybody what can be done in terms of the scenery and such. Now, when it comes to the cars, I believe both cars, both sets, the Gran Turismo is going to look good, and Forza Motorsport when it drops is going to look good. I feel like Polyphony might care a little too much about the car detail that other parts of the game kind of end up lacking. I remember back in the day, I forgot which Gran Turismo it was, but there was only a certain amount of cars that were highly detailed, both outside and inside. They really do focus on the cars, where I think they need to spread that out. But the physics are a big thing in a simulation racer, and there is nobody out there that can argue with me on that. All right.
The physics are.
If the physics are off, the game is off. Point blank.
The cars
period.
feel more. The cars in Forza feel more weighted. That's why I'm saying, like, you could go and you could play the old GT games and play these games, and they'll still feel floaty like they did back then. So, and I'm hearing the same thing about GT7, and I'm sure that when I get the game this game this month, I'm going to be right there, and I'll do my comparisons. I don't care. Like, I'll show the gameplay actually for itself to let people see. I don't have to wolf tickets about it. But yeah, no, I mean, Forza's always been. I mean, not Forza, but GT's been great with presentation, the stuff with it, the coffee shop, the little smooth little music, got just relaxing. Ah, yes. You want some crumpets? You know what I'm saying? With that, with your cars, you got a little cool like VIP vibe to the game. They always make you feel welcome there to play the game. But it's just, you know what I'm saying? But the game feels dated as fuck compared to other racers out there. That's just the facts.
Yo, Tryhard fan, I appreciate you being here. It is good to see you in the chat. I will respectfully disagree with you when he's like, when you're in an open world game, he said, like Forza Horizon, the environments would be more of a priority. GT7 is all about cars and focusing on the race. The environments look fine all around. Now, they might look fine all around, but fine is not going to cut it. If they want, for a simulation racer, if you are on Road Atlanta, you want to really feel like you're on Road Atlanta. That's where the details to the environment come in. You don't want to feel like you're in Max Headroom's version of Road Atlanta.
Let me add,
he went Mad Max.
Let's put it like this. Would he rather pay $70 for Forza Horizon 5 on PlayStation, or would he rather pay $70 for GT7 after knowing what both games look like?
He'll say GT7, man. Let's be real.
I don't know. I think try hard can be. He's fair sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, I mean, to talk to him on Twitter, he's fair sometimes. I know he's going to say.
Try hard. I will agree with you on that. I am looking more towards motorsport. I'm more of a closed circuit racer fan.
Yeah, me too.
When it comes down to it, I love kind of like mastering the tracks. And getting the turns down and finding my ways to get the fastest laps and stuff like that. I love racing games like that. So I'm definitely looking more for Forza Motorsport. So for the panel, just to kind of round this off, I got to ask you guys, with what we've seen with GT7, I know it hasn't been announced yet, but a lot of people are saying that Forza Motorsport, which is not going to be Motorsport 8, it's just going to be Forza Motorsport. Because I think they're going to be like adding content over time and just continuing this game. Guys, and whoever wants to take it first, what do you think Motorsport needs to do? What points do they really need to hit on when they release their new Forza Motorsport game?
Better, more tracks. I would say tracks. more custom tracks, because the Saudi Arabian track or Dubai track
Mhm.
was one of the best looking tracks
I like the
I've seen in
Alpine
racing.
one, the one that was up in the mountains that they
But
used for a couple iterations.
that's a real track, I
No, it's
believe.
not. No,
That's a
that's a
real track.
created.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, well then that definitely needs to be that they need more of those. So that's one thing that GT does really well. The career mode is been very lacking for motorsport compared to other racers. They need a better. It was better, but then like if somebody played Project Cars and seeing how they did the career mode, it made Forza 7's career mode look like child's play. So they need to have that, and then of course have which I think that they will do that. I've said this a couple of years back that this will have rally. It would be crazy if they do motorcycles, like make that as DLC going away. But yeah, no. Just touch on some of the little tidbits that makes that people, why people love GT. Add those little pieces, just like the presentation. Have their own like style of presentation. Don't follow and do what GT does, but have their own little style with that. Add the other things that I said, like the more those created maps, or have a created map section or feature, say kind of like a
creator.
forge. Yeah, map creator or something like that. To have people do that, to then people can throw those, the people can download those like they do in Flight Simulator. Like you get those crazy areas that you can download off of that, like something like that. Then you'll have a winner. But you gotta have a better career mode, and also have rally and all that other stuff included.
Okay.
Lasers. Add lasers.
Lasers.
Add some guns to your
Oh
car.
my goodness, dude! I knew this
I
was.
would like to see. I know this is it's a sim, and this is something I wish maybe they'll add it to Horizon, but like add some like iconic vehicles, like Kit from um
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like those iconic, maybe even some iconic video game cars.
Herbie. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
crazy.
like some of those kind of things. And again, that's probably something that's more slated for the Horizon series, but some of those old like 70s racing tracks from like the old Daytona, like when they actually had the cars on the beach. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? Like
wow!
those tracks. Like
Yeah.
add those tracks in instead of just all, because when racing started, it wasn't always on asphalt. When they started doing those kind of races, like some of that stuff was in other places, like I said, beaches, and like it had other elements of just more than just asphalt in them. So add tracks like that with those older cars from back in the day when racing started. I mean, I'm not trying to run around tracks in Model Ts or anything like that, but I mean, like, so, but like, when racing actually started, and um, they weren't always just doing like street racing and drags and stuff like that. They were actually racing on tracks that weren't necessarily asphalt. So bringing back some of those old classic races.
That's a great idea that I haven't heard anybody else say, bro.
That's
Um,
amazing.
and like K Mega said, like more tracks. I mean, like I always feel like Forza, it has the main tracks, and they're always the same, every year, and you memorize when they do it. Okay, we'll go this direction, then they switch it up and go a different direction, or like even if they're like
Road
just
Atlanta,
made up
Laguna
tracks.
Seca.
Yeah, like the same tracks, it seems like
Nürburgring.
every time.
I love
Um,
Nürburgring though. That's my favorite track.
yeah, I know, right? um, at maybe not so user created, but maybe Forza created tracks where they actually have their own. They just made up random shit, and I think you said that one you were talking about before was a made up track. I didn't know that either. But more of that, like I would like to see more tracks on there than just the standard, like I think 12 or whatever they usually have. So um, the customization on there, like I can't complain about anything they do with that. Um, Like I've always thought that was some of the people that go out there and make designs and stuff like that are fucking awesome. I don't have that kind of patience, but like they do a good job. Like that, the user community within Forza and the Forza is in a whole is really really good. Like what they create and the tuning and stuff that those people, some of those guys do. Like I don't even tune my own car anymore. I just go in there, let me see. And I
Yeah,
look at the
yeah.
autos. Yeah, I don't even fuck around with that anymore. I just like, oh, this guy's got a good tune, and I buy it, and I'm good. And it usually helps me win a race or something like that. So, like the community in Forza is really really badass. What was that Horizon that we had Cocaine Mountain on?
Yes. Horizon 3.
I know sometimes I get them confused. Like I like that kind of stuff, but I know this is a sim, so it's not gonna have stuff like that. But like I like that they had the weather elements, time of day elements, and stuff like that in Forza. Just expand on that a little bit, I guess. You know, adds more ice, more snow, wind affects your vehicle. That kind of stuff. Like fuck with the elements a little bit more. I think that's the only thing they really need to add because the game is. I mean, the game's awesome as it is. So it's like they can. I felt like the last Forza was a kind of a step down from the previous one before that. In my eyes, it just felt like it wasn't as strong. But I think this next one needs to come out and kind of say, okay, look, I know y'all had Gran Turismo, but let me go ahead and bless this party. You know what I'm saying? Put that shit out. Put that shit out and like just shut everybody else up when
Let me
people start talking
bless these
shit.
races right here.
Yeah, let me go bless this shit. So outside of that, man, that's all I got.
Dude, I again, and I think even shout out to Other Zinc. What is up, brother? Good to see you in the chat. I can hear him clapping for Predator when he was like, correct, Daytona started on the beach, and I think that's one of the best ideas that I've heard.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, dude, I would love to see something like that. Crispy, do you have anything to add to this before we move on, bro?
In my opinion, Forza Motorsport will be the greatest racer you've ever played.
Dude, you can't say that because we haven't seen it yet. According to people out there, like we haven't seen it yet, so
I don't care if you haven't seen it. I'm telling you.
Add VR.
Oh no!
Forgot about that.
That's a whole other topic right there. Yeah. All right, so you think it's gonna be the greatest ever? So you think like what? Are there any key points that you feel like it needs like on release?
There's no key points. They already know what they're doing as far as the gameplay is concerned. The thing is that you have a partnership now with Playground Games, and you have, both nurtured the Forza franchise into the new realm, and that is why Forza Motorsport might not be day one, but I don't feel like it'll be too far away that people get enamored in how great it looks and how great it plays. And I think that will be the biggest factor into that.
K Mega, I do want to say something.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon. Even though Forza Horizon 5 came into Game Pass, they had that special bundle with the VIP and everything like that. I already know, man. I'm gonna be forking over money for motorsport when that comes out because they're already gonna do the same shit.
They're gonna do the same thing. I'll probably hopefully at that time, you know what I'm saying, I'll just go ahead and just get it out right like I normally do.
You buy the super duper deluxe edition. It comes with a
Shut Up
Nissan
edition.
Skyline. Like
we call it the Shut Up edition. Just give me all the content. I don't want to. I don't want to get no little extra charges or nothing. Just give it, just shut up, the Shut Up edition. But I'm looking forward to it. No, and I know that they've had a lot of time in the oven with this game. So if this game doesn't look up to par, if it's not like what we've been saying in the sense of having more content, having more options or features and things like that, then that will be criticized. I will criticize it and say, I don't know what the hell took them so long. But but it's still going to look better than GT7. So I mean, that part we know. But
Oh,
that part's already kind of solidified. But I do. I don't know, man. It's just crazy to me. Like people, they see it with their own two eyes, but they just don't want to acknowledge something because the brand that they like the most is it just happens. I mean, a lot of people had to acknowledge that PlayStation just dog walked Xbox last gen. It is what it is. Like, I mean, who cares? You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't stop you from liking what you like, but at least showing the competition that it had, the competition just did a better job with that certain type of genre of game or whatever. So people got to get over trying to always root for stuff like everything's a sports team. It's not like how that works in real life, man. For real.
yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. And the funny thing
Yeah,
is,
like it's
you,
crazy.
you talk about not rooting, for sports teams type situation when it comes to gaming. I want to talk about the newest addition to Game Pass as of March 10th. So on March 10th, Guardians of the Galaxy will be going into Game Pass. And again, social media while I'm working is pure entertainment. I swear I laugh out loud at some of this stuff because I've seen people on social media when this was announced, right? These were same people that were championing Guardians of the Galaxy when it first came out, which is only about what 3-4 months ago, something like that. It wasn't too long ago that this game dropped, and they were saying, oh, it's a must play game, all this good stuff. Now it gets announced, and it gets announced by Xbox. It gets announced by Marvel as well as the development team that made the game that is going into Game Pass March 10th. And all of a sudden now it's like, well, that's because the game what do you call it? The game it didn't sell. The game bombed basically is what people are trying to say about that. But I am really excited. Guardians of the Galaxy was a game that I was looking at, and I was on the fence about picking it up. At a couple different points in time. But you guys know me. I play Destiny 2 a lot. I'm into Halo Infinite. Of course, Forza Horizon. There's a lot of games on my table. I play a lot of those games as a service, right? And then when I branch out into the more single player, I'm playing Castlevania Lords of Shadow. I'm playing Cyberpunk. So I never really felt the need to go out and pick this game up. But now it's going into Game Pass. I am really, really excited. Uh, every time you turn around, there's more quality. There's more content. There is more value when it comes to Game Pass. Guys, anybody on here, dude, when are the naysayers and doubters gonna just calm down? Like, is it gonna have to take Spartacus to come out for people to calm down over the whole subscription and what a value Game Pass is? Like, dude, every time we turn around, it's another game, and they're quality titles that are in Game Pass. Such a variety, from the little kind of like indies to the bigger games, those kind of like hidden gems, like Guardian of the Galaxy was on its release. Like, what's it gonna take, people?
It's gonna take people realizing that we're talking about a company that just has immeasurable amounts of money, that you look at them and you say, well, guess what? You're losing money right now. You could say whatever narrative you want, but for us Xbox gamers, all we see is goddamn, they're all in, man.
Yeah, for real.
They are
Yes.
they are so all in now. And the beauty of it is you can say what you want about Phil, but my God, that dude's a gamer. He's just a gamer. He loves video games. It don't matter what genre, whatever. You're gonna get something. And I felt like Guardians was always gonna come to Game Pass. But I didn't really push that because I was like, well, do I really know? Fuck no, I don't. We're talking about a $1 trillion company that can do whatever the hell they want. And they're just like, yo, here you go. Here's the bag. Hey, Square, we've had a relationship. We're good, right? Here you go. We're good. Sure enough, bam, it's there. Dude, everybody ignored MLB The Show came out again on Game Pass, day and date. Okay? Everybody ignores that. Dude, Microsoft's just got the bag, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the people that don't understand that. I'm sorry that like literally Windows makes 5 times the amount that any Spider-Man movie comes out. Okay? In the same period of time. All right? You don't understand. Yeah, Microsoft's in and you just have to deal with it now. And it comes down to Phil. Phil was like, you know what? Y'all are just trash in gaming. Dude, he probably sat in and just sat there, just watched everybody. Oh, gaming doesn't mean anything. As it starts to supersede all these other, avenues. Like, just look at it. Look how gaming has just become one of the greatest things ever. It is the best entertainment, bar none. Okay, and you're going to sit here and tell me that these people don't see it. No, they see the numbers at the time. They don't see the future. And Phil made them see the future. That gaming is way beyond. It is entertainment in all aspects. You could create a Halo TV show from Halo, which started as a game. You understand what I'm saying? And we're gonna see that. And you know what? Sony's been doing it for a damn long time. The problem is they don't have that bag. And they also don't have the platform like Game Pass right now to go and say, hey, this is going to do something. They could throw the bag, they could do the marketing, and then people will think it's just for PlayStation. But more and more people are getting informed, and you're going to sit here and act like, Xbox saying, hey, this is multi-platform. Some people will think that's genuine and that's just being honest rather than sitting there and be like, it's PlayStation only, even though it's not. Everybody thinks Elden Ring. I saw so many people put Elden Ring as like this greatest thing in the world. And they're a PlayStation. I'm like, dude, like, you do realize that's multi-plat, bro. Like, you do get that. Like, not taking away the greatest game in the world talk, but I mean, you got to realize people are playing this shit on Xbox, bro. You got to understand that. It's just, I don't know. I'm at the point where I don't understand people's mentality. I don't understand that it's all like this, okay, somebody likes something, so I should hate it. And that's asinine. That's asinine. And not only that, to defend people that say shit like that is also asinine. So for those people, including podcasters, that dare say that somebody's right, even though, I mean, you could clearly like take every narrative away. It's pretty sad. And
I can tell
for
you.
you to sit there on your throne of lies and say, I am better than you, even though I take trash content and amplify it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this is why I'm on this podcast, because I don't give a fuck. And if freaking Pred or anybody else, they'll tell me to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? If I'm off the fucking rails, by all means, tell me to shut the fuck up. But that's the point.
Fred was waiting for that. He's like, "Oh man, there's gonna be a
Actually,
window."
I was gonna say, like, every time someone brings up something about Game Pass or whatever being trash, like back in the day when Game Pass first came out, I always said that they needed to get, if they couldn't keep content coming it was not going to be successful, because especially they're saying they're going to put all their first party games in there, but they weren't coming out with good first party games at the time, And so what they did was they went out and they bought a bunch of studios to make everything fucking first party.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my other part was like, I always thought that if they couldn't get first party games in there like quickly, that they would have to go to third party and get those games in there. And they've been doing that too. Now, if they can start doing that and getting them in their day and date, then they're killing it now as it is already. But if they can start coming in there, let's say they get, just throwing this out there, it didn't happen, but let's say they would have gotten Cyberpunk in their day and date, or Elden Ring in their day and date, or
people thought Elden Ring might drop in their day and date.
Yeah,
for a while.
it may end up in there at some point, but like, but had they been able to do that and get those deals done, like on top of, and here's the crazy part, they almost don't need to do that anymore because they bought so many fucking studios. Like
That's why
they don't need to
did
do
it.
those deals like that anymore. They can just okay, we'll put it in there like 3 months from now, while we put this game out day and date. Like we'll put Halo out and we can put Elden Ring in there in fucking, July. They can do that now.
Pred, I will let you know, and this is something I've been stating ever since they started going on the buying sprees with publishers and studios and stuff. This is exactly why they did it, so they can be self-sufficient. They don't need
they don't have to need
party.
fucking they don't have to go out and pay for these deals. And like, I don't know if we talked about this on this pod. I know I did on another podcast years ago when Microsoft stopped doing these little marketing deals. When Sony was doing it, they're doing marketing deals or selling consoles and stuff like that. And I was saying, like, those marketing deals, like, they sell consoles, but they really don't make sense if you think about it in the long run, because Call of Duty is going to sell on Xbox anyway, right? So why spend all that money to get marketing just to sell consoles when consoles don't necessarily make all the money in the first place? The software does. So it never made sense for me as I started thinking that way. Like, these marketing just didn't make sense to me. So like, I guess Microsoft maybe thought the same thing too, and they're like, "Why make these marketing deals? We just buy the company."
We can just buy the company. Oh wow!
We don't do these fucking marketing deals anymore. If we own the company, they're part of our they're part of our ecosystem. We don't have to spend all this. Like, I mean, like, how much is a marketing deal for Call of Duty? Like for the years that Sony has it, billions, I'm sure, right? Maybe a billion, maybe a couple $100 million or some shit like that. But like. Doesn't matter because Call of Duty's going to sell on both consoles. Destiny's going to sell on both consoles. I get, like, if we're going to get a custom console out of it or something like that, like, what was the last marketing deal we can think of with Microsoft that was third party?
Battlefield.
Oh, K-Mag, great minds think alike.
Battlefield.
Yeah, Battlefield. Well,
they've had that for a while, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they have. Yeah.
They've had that for a while, so that nothing really changed with that. I mean, think of a newer game.
Cyberpunk was Cyberpunk,
and that
Pred, you got a reminder of that in your house, by the way, right?
Yeah, I do actually, and look how that turned out.
Oh shit!
And before that, every time Microsoft had a marketing deal with somebody, something fucked up happened, right?
Something fucked up happened, man. No lie.
So, like, why do it? You know what I'm saying? Why do them? Like Cyberpunk, I remember the Call of Duty before this last one, they've had that marketing for a while. I'm trying to think of something else just to prove my point. The Witcher, even though the game sold well, like it came out buggy.
Oh yeah,
I know people were talking shit about it when it first came out. There was some controversy behind The Witcher for some reason. I can't remember what it was when it came out.
It was buggy as hell. Yeah, it was broken in a lot of
Fallout.
Yep, Fallout.
Oh no.
Fallout 4, no, but Fallout 76.
Fallout 76, the worst one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, it doesn't make any sense to do all these marketing deals. But with them having Game Pass now, and they're buying up all these fucking studios, I don't think anyone's gonna, like, people who are still being naysayers about it right now. The games, that onslaught of games hasn't hit yet. when that happens, that's when people will start like, oh shit, okay. Because everyone I know that's gotten into Game Pass and didn't want to get it, they end up getting it later. Fucking love it. Like they love it. And you'll see every now and then you see somebody tweet out, man, I just got an Xbox with Game Pass, and oh my god, But like the people who are talking shit are the ones who probably never tried it. So
I got you. Yo, shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up that super chat. That is right, people. The super chat does indeed work. He says Madden 22 and MLB The Show already Game Pass. And yeah, you can play Madden 22 right now through Game Pass, MLB The Show when it comes out. Unfortunately, Major League Baseball is going through a little lockout situation and renegotiation and such. So hopefully they get their acts together real quick and they come up with a deal so people actually have baseball. Because when it comes down to it, uh, you know, you get a baseball game, there should be a actual baseball season involved as well. I think that kind of boosts everything, boosts everything up, the hype and all that good stuff. But yeah, dude, I absolutely love my Game Pass, and you're right. I think a lot of people that talk this shit are people who don't haven't tried it, haven't gone in there and checked it out. I'm excited for Guardians of the Galaxy. K Mega, what do you think
Yeah.
about this, man? Guardians dropping. Did you play Guardians yet or?
No, I bought it, but I jumped. There was Halo. Well, there was Forza 5, Halo, then Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and now it's Elden Ring. Well, Cyberpunk, and then Elden Ring. So just haven't had the time yet. So, but no, I bought it when it was on sale for $38. So yeah. So I'm not mad at it at all, and I never would be mad. I never understood why people would be like, oh man, I bought that game. Oh man, I bought it. I paid $60 for it. Well, if you paid $60 for it, then that means that was a game that earned your dollars, and you was excited for that game. Now, I mean, there's some people that has disposable income and they just buy games to buy them. But and I was like that at one point in time. I ain't like that now. But it's turned into a situation where people like, hey, look, they people want to call us bargain shoppers or whatever, welfare gamers or whatever the hell they want to. The point of the matter is that we're paying for this service. So how is it that how's it welfare gaming if we're paying more into this service than we are for just one individual game that's coming out? So that's on sale. You know what I'm saying? So that never made any sense to me. But I'm not mad at the fact that the game is in Game Pass. It just shows that, like everybody else was saying, like Game Pass has just been killing it. And because of the acquisitions, a lot of people aren't talking about Game Pass as much. But let another big game come in. Because even what Crispy said, the next version of MLB The Show coming to Game Pass day one. But let that other game, let it be another big title to land on Game Pass kind of early or day one. Then it comes to the point to where, like, look, people, just shut up. Stop bitching. You want PlayStation that do the same type of thing that that what Game Pass is doing. So we'll see what Spartacus is going to do, but I don't even know if Spartacus is going to be sustainable because of the lack of the first party.
Dude, that was my kind of like next question in this topic because we got supposed rumors about like the tier system when it comes to Project Spartacus and all that good stuff. And I got to ask you guys at this point in time, like I know Xbox started Game Pass, early. And when they started it early, there wasn't like the a lot of like big games in there. It was a lot of like smaller titles and stuff like that. And they grew it over time. But you got Sony, kind of like getting ready to jump into this arena. And Game Pass already seems to be a seasoned veteran, kind of like in its prime. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like Spartacus is going to be able to compete as a service from the rumor, from what we've seen with the tier system and such. Do you feel like Spartacus is gonna be able to hang kind of like round for round with that
Not
veteran
if
Game Pass?
not if they separate their games. For instance, the Shadow Warrior 3 only on PlayStation 4, only playable on PlayStation 4, not PlayStation 5.
Well, it can be back compat and played on PlayStation 5, right?
I don't know. That's what when people was telling me, they said like, no, man, you can only play that on PlayStation 4. That is kind of weird to me, but I mean, it's really going through PlayStation Now, so you would think that it still could be played on PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
I have no idea. That part I don't know. I just go by what some PlayStation people told me, and you know how some people might try to bait you to say some shit out in public, and then be made a fool out of when it doesn't come true. But but even if they do separate games like that, then that's a fail. That's not going to work. The overall reason why Spartacus is not going to be on the same wavelength as what you have with a Game Pass is because of Sony's first titles. If they drop their titles, like let's say 3 months after the title is out or 6 months after, that could definitely get people on board. But will Sony do that? That's the question. Are they so hamstrung on wanting to get that $70 right then and there at that 3-month mark, and then and let gamers wait until a year or so afterwards? Then it's never going to catch. It's never going to catch up. It's just not. And then you got people that keep saying, well, they don't care about the older games, things like that. You just don't know. I don't know, but there's no question Game Pass is the future. Sony wouldn't even be doing this if it wasn't. Other services wouldn't be doing this. Remember, Netflix has gotten involved into this. There's other Apple's got a gaming service. It's nothing is as substantial as what Xbox is doing right now, but PlayStation looks like they'll be the second one to do something on a high level. But it not unless you get the first party, because just think about this for a second. These third party games that come out, and if they're not and if they don't come out day and date when they release, well, by the time Xbox got these games rolling in, nobody's not going to really matter. People can't keep up as it is now. You know what I'm saying? Just think about how it was last year. People were like, man, there's just so much shit to play. I mean, you got Psychonauts, you got Outriders, you got this, you got MLB The Show, you got Forza now, you got Halo, you got from the beginning when Outriders first was introduced and dropped from what was that? April, May on through all of 2021. Nobody was saying that Xbox had no games. You know what I'm saying? They're like, man, shit, slow down. We need some time to try to beat some of these games. You know what I'm saying? So that, just think when all these games start coming in, man, when it's all said and done, we're getting ready to get the first steps of those games. And let's not forget, Deathloop is going to be coming this year. So I know Stalker is not going to be coming out this year, and because of and that's understandable.
That really hurt. That really hurt when it comes down to it, man. That created a gap in terms of new games.
No, it didn't. Let's be real. No, it didn't. I'll tell you why. No, and I'll tell you why. Because they'll make it up to the gamers in a Game Pass game. They'll get a third party game to be right there and take its place. I mean, we're talking about a game that comes out in December.
They got enough games cooking in the pot.
They got enough games cooking, and then we still don't know what games they got that's going to be coming through Game Pass. That's what I'm saying. They already got that. They probably already seen this.
I'm looking forward to
happening.
Shredders, by the way. I am looking forward to Shredders when that drops in Game Pass as well.
Yeah, and Atomic. What is that game? Atomic
Heart. Yo, guys, do not sleep Atomic Heart. That game That game
Yeah.
had yo.
I
I'm
don't know,
hyped.
man. Isn't that game made for some dudes from Russia?
Yep, they are.
So I
So
mean,
so
But Russia's not
they
getting
didn't start the
invaded.
invasion. The people that they're developing Atomic Heart didn't start the invasion. Why?
I
What?
understand
Now,
that,
well,
but
but their money being
politically,
locked out, yeah, but their money, yeah,
yeah,
the sanctions, yeah, yeah, that's true.
See, I
Yeah. Now, unless they're Russian and they're out of country
yeah, they're out
having
of country
development,
making it
yeah,
somewhere else. But
yeah, making it somewhere else, then they're
I'm
fine.
just
But
saying, don't
yeah,
be surprised, if
right,
that game
right.
gets pushed back or
that game looks incredible. By the
It looks
way,
great, yeah. But no, there's plenty of other games out there. I mean, nobody haven't said anything about Next Machina, things like that. So look, I there's too many games that's out here right now, and let people just try to tell you, oh well, look, we PlayStation gamers are eating right now. Nobody ain't talking about their games. Babylon Fall is out. Nobody's talking about Babylon Fall. No one.
oh, it's
Or is it about to be out? It's playable. I was watching gameplay last night before I streamed Elden Ring, and so like I watched about 35, 40 minutes, and like people were like, "This is like a better version of the game that Babylon Falls," but it looks, but the graphically it just doesn't hold up, and like people were clowning it, and I was just I was just watching it, but no, from some I read earlier that it had less than 1,000 players, talking about it or playing it, or then it's not moving the needle at all. And then that game is also exclusive to PlayStation. Just another reason that game would have been good for Game Pass. But so Game Pass is winning in so many ways right now that is making people just try to make up any narrative that they want to. But the facts of it is that now they're going to have developers second guess, be like, shit, man, we got this extra bread, but just think about if we put this on Game Pass, how much more money we could have got, or how much more exposure, because this game, Sony isn't promoting this game because their games are out at around the same time. Elden Ring is out. We're in a crazy situation. So I mean, now this might be a Spartacus game, but will PlayStation gamers commit to it? That's the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Will they commit to welfare gaming or not? That's since they say that that's what we do. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know.
It's gonna be funny to see. I can't wait
Yeah.
to see them unveil their project Spartacus, and of course to see the reaction, because we've seen it time and time again. When it comes to Sony only produces 90 plus Metacritic bangers, but then when their first party comes out and they get great scores, they're just not that in that narrative that these guys already set up, but now they're championing those games, but it goes
Right.
against what they said to begin with. It's going to be interesting to see when it comes to a subscription service, what the reaction is going to be. Now,
Bro, the dude said I'm being cocky because Microsoft buying everything. No, I'm not being cocky about anything. I'm just being truthful. I just listen. Do you think Spartacus? The question is do you think Spartacus is going to be better than Game Pass? Yes or no?
is
That
Spartacus going to compete? Come on, man.
right. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Is it going to be better? I mean, I think it can compete because there's going to be a market for it.
the market
I mean,
for it,
yeah, people they'll compete in a sense.
they don't have it on PlayStation, so
Yeah, there will be people that will definitely sign up for it. I mean, I'll sign up for it, but it's not. But the question is, will it be better than Game Pass? Will it be the alternative to Game Pass, and will it be the next phase of these new gaming wars where PlayStation has the better service? I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Not unless Sony changes up and put their games out day and date, or will at least
That's the
the
big
first
thing.
month or so.
I think that's the big thing. I think that's the big catch. When it comes down to it, the delay of Stalker, and now with everything that's going on in the Ukraine with Russia and stuff like that, we don't even know what's going to happen with Stalker in the near future. But the delay of Stalker this was supposed to be Stalker month for me. And for a lot of gamers out there, it was supposed to come out.
Yeah.
Supposed to come out in March, and when it comes
See,
to
I would have been on this Elden Ring, so I mean, Stalker would have had to wait. So, I don't know.
I mean that wasn't happy times, man, on that delay. But and shout out to my brother Crab Gamer. Crab believes that when you get towards the end of this year, you're gonna start to see Xbox's vision when it comes to Game Pass. You're gonna see 4 to 5 first party games coming out every single year. And that's starting at the end of this year, in his opinion. When it comes to Game Pass, and once that happens, I don't know.
So he feels that Xbox is going to have another year of, or this will be a considered down year for Xbox.
Well, there are people that will say it, but like you said, and you see what they're doing. Like when it comes to a game like Guardians of the Galaxy, I can almost guarantee that they went to the publisher on that and said, hey, what's going on? We'd like to have that here, because I think they want to fill it in. It's going into Game Pass in what I call Stalker Month. You know what I'm saying? So in terms of a game that would go in there and kind of please the subscriber base, Guardians of the Galaxy was a good choice in my opinion. But I think they're going to do at least within the near future, they're going to do stuff like that, for any type of gaps that kind of are created.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, they once, because remember that game got delayed, and that means that they were probably in negotiations that November or whenever beforehand, and then Guardians was something that they probably was looking at. So it's going to be the same thing now with Stalker not coming out until sometime in 2023. Or hell, I don't know. It's according to how this situation plays out. So it might be even longer. Who knows?
Albert, real quick, Albert. I don't know why you want to know so badly if Game Pass is profitable. Now, as you know, they are building this thing to move into the future. And when you build something, you're not looking for profits right off the bat. And when you are a division of $1 trillion corporation like Microsoft, you sell the corporation on the idea and to go all in, and then they go all in. So I don't understand what you're trying to play here in terms of profitability.
All you gotta really all Albert needs to know is that it's working, because you look at MLB The Show, you look at the Guardians of the Galaxy game, Atomic Heart, Plague's Tale, the Plague's Tale 2, and others. I can't even think about this, so damn many that's going to be there, and plus the other smaller titles that's going to be there, and for whatever Xbox first party is going to be that's going to come out this year. So that should be.
Here's a question for you, Albert. Why would you think it's not profitable?
Right, everybody keeps talking about this.
Don't throw me some stupid ass fucking report you pulled out your ass from somewhere. Explain to me why you think it's not profitable.
Because they keep talking about that Netflix shit, like the Netflix
sales.
Yeah, so that really doesn't matter in a sense if if the company, let's say, wasn't making money itself hand over fist to counter if they weren't profitable, then that could be that would be a point to make. But we're talking about a company that has $100 and some billion just to play around with, to buy shit. So what are you
just to play around with?
Just to play around with, like, that's just pocket money, they said. Like, bro, like, why would that even matter? Who cares if it's profitable or not? All I know is that as long as they keep putting out these dope ass games, I'm going to keep on subscribing to it. For the first time,
they spent $68 billion.
Right. Right, and then
Right.
yeah, and
Dude,
then
that wasn't Xbox money. That was Microsoft money.
yeah, oh yeah, that's right. It wasn't Xbox money; it was Microsoft money.
Yeah,
But
the next thing.
I mean, like, why does it even matter? Like, all these damn games is here and available for the games, and why would you even care about the conglomerate and how much money that they're making? You know what I'm saying? And watch, when there's a conversation that's going to be talking about money, watch, there's going to be somebody, oh, I had that same energy, Mega. You said the money. It don't really matter because hell, we ain't getting it like that. But I mean, if people are continuing to pay into the service, obviously that's telling you that people like the service. How the company is spending the money to do what they do, hell, you need to talk and ask to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We don't work for
he's like,
Microsoft.
show me the numbers. You show them to me. You want them so bad.
Yo,
You
hold
don't
on.
fucking
Yo,
buy it.
I wanna
Yeah,
shout
yeah.
out Chai Hard Fan real quick because
Shit,
Albert's like Albert's
YouTube
like
pays me, not Microsoft. Shit.
Albert's like, we need to know, and Chai Hard fans is like, we really don't. we really don't.
Really don't.
We can reap the benefits if they feel like they are gonna invest in this, even if they're not profitable right now, and they're looking at the long term in this whole thing. The gamers are the ones that are reaping the benefits right now. You know, when it comes down to it, especially somebody like me who didn't pick up Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was always looking at it. I'm like, you know, I didn't necessarily know about, you know, when it comes to the characters. Am I too kind of like stuck in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies that if I play this game and they all look different, is that going to take away? But now I can try it out. You know, March 10th I can try it out and see, and I don't have to like spend $60 to try it out and see. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, the gamers are reaping the benefits from that, and that's all you should really care about, and not which company is being profitable or whatnot. Just think about where the gamers are benefiting. I think that's
I
the
would
point.
ask this question then, since you want to say, because I see Albert saying you could just look PS numbers easy, right? But which company is more in a situation to fail and to be bought out, Microsoft or Sony? So I mean,
Well,
let's talk about big bank take little bank. I mean, if that's the case, and then I see here where dude is saying, well, that's the point. Like, y'all got that's the whole point. Y'all got the whole game market. What more do you want? Okay, Mega. Listen, look, we don't have. We can't say we, but Xbox doesn't have all of the game market. You know what I'm saying? Neither does Tencent, neither does Ember Group, neither does Sony. So there's still more studios to be bought. But hell yeah, I want some WB. I want, you know what I'm saying? You know, Sega. Hell, after that, I'm good. Or if you don't get Sega, get Tecmo. You got Tecmo. You know, Boy Tecmo. That's cool with me.
Hey, Albert, if Sony was as profitable as you think they were, they'd be spending all this money on studios like Xbox is.
Right. So I mean
Not these little small ass fucking $300 million studios and shit. They be dropping billions. So hush.
Right. So just go ahead. I mean, for real, man, just go ahead and question what Sony's money look like instead of Xbox right now, and then get to the bottom of that. Then come back and then ask those questions once you figure out that Sony situation.
Well, he said it's easy to look up when it comes to PlayStation Now and stuff like that. And Albert, one thing I will say, Sony has always been happy to share what they consider to be big numbers. Okay, no matter what, it's a part of their marketing. Where Xbox, and this happened years ago, they decided
real G's move in silence.
that's not that's not what they're gonna do in terms of marketing. You know,
this dude said this is my last thing of just replying back, but he says that's my point. Y'all act like y'all ain't happy. What are you talking about?
What?
I am so stoked. I'm at the right time in my gaming life, man. All these games available. You know what I'm saying? I got the time to play them now. Are you kidding me?
He wasn't a blockbuster gamer. He doesn't understand.
Albert G, Chris Hart, whatever the fuck your real name is. Get out of here.
It's Albert G, Chris Hart. That's not Christopher Hart, bro. I think Chris took too many L's in this show to show up anymore for some. He's not in the chat right now. But yo, Crispy, what do you think when it comes to Project Spartacus and kind of like the rumors of what it might be, that whole tier system? Do you think that it jumping into the space now, when Game Pass has kind of like been nurtured and grown and is on the verge of, you know, all these first party studios, getting ready to drop their games. Do you think Spartacus is going to be able to keep up with Game Pass in the subscription service, kind of like arena?
Are we talking about the rumor of what Spartacus is?
Well, yeah, because a lot of people are, there's so many people saying, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it's a rumor,
So
but
they're combining PS Plus and PS Now, just like Xbox tried to do how long ago? Okay. And we said you doubled the price. Well, guess what? You look at the math. PlayStation doubled the price. Now, it is a rumor, technically, but it's PlayStation trying to see if people will accept it. If you're going to accept it, that's what you get. You can't play online multiplayer unless you play $10 a month. Guess what? That is not the case right now. So if you accept this, that's your own damn fault. I can care less. I have already voiced my opinion about Xbox, but at this point, they have corrected themselves. They have done exactly what I told them to do. They even gave you can play free to play games online through Xbox. And as far as what those tiers show me, that is not the case, because all 3 tiers show online multiplayer. All 3 of them. Explain that to me. And then you're gonna put cloud saves behind a $13 paywall when guess what? We've had that for how long on Xbox? For how much?
free.
Well, and not technically free.
No, cloud
You
saves
had
are
to be
free.
Xbox Live.
No, you don't.
Well, there you go. Look at that. Bot just schooled me on that.
Yeah,
That
no,
makes it
like
even
cloud
better.
saves are absolutely free on Xbox.
Well, let's talk about narratives for a second, Bot. Since you had to correct me on that, I was trying to be nice, but man, the trash that's
I just
ensuing.
gotta tell the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta let it be known. People don't know. Even there's points in time where even Crispy might not know, and we gotta let him know.
You gotta
man.
tell your truth, bro. That is the crispy truth, by the way. Is tell your damn truth. And I'll tell you something right now. They are doubling the price, people. And unless more people that are, only play on PlayStation speak up, guess what? You're going to double the price, and I guess you're going to eat it. That's the way you want to play the game, by all means. But I'll tell you something right now. There's a lot of us Xbox guys, everybody on this panel, by the way, when they did that same kind of announcement, and we said, oh, hell no, bro. And I'm not even, I have Game Pass Ultimate, okay? That includes both. I paid the $15. But I said, there are a lot of people that don't do that. How dare you? You cannot double the price right off rip. And it's, from what I'm hearing, it's almost triple the price. Triple. Spartacus does not even give you games day and date, even if you get the highest tier, which is $1 more than Game Pass Ultimate. That is a load of crap. And I'll tell you something right now. Like I said, it's a rumor, but it's out there, and it's out there for a reason. So if you accept it, you go ahead and do that, and you enjoy it. I'm not playing it. I'm not looking to get a PS5. I have Game Pass. Shit. Oh, I didn't buy Guardians of the Galaxy. Here you go. Oh, Crispy's like, oh shit, I already have enough games to play. But man, that looks intriguing. And it's for nothing to me because guess what? I already had Ultimate for the past 3 years. Okay? Already been paying the $15. I have Netflix. I have all these subscriptions. Some of them I don't even know I have. Okay? But that's the point. Like, they bring content, and PlayStation's just like, here you go. Here's a reskinned version of what we already gave you, but we're going to charge you more for it. Nah, I'm good with that. You get the F-bomb right to your face.
Right to the face. Oh my goodness, guys.
Yeah, I got this. Will be my first. This was my first year paying for Game Pass this year, and so I paid it until next year, and then probably here at the end of the month, I'll expand. I'll pay for another 2 years, like I did. Well, I didn't pay. Like I said, I didn't pay for it since the last time I paid for Game Pass was in 2017, and then in 2018, nope, from 2018 to now, well, until just like last week, I didn't pay for Game Pass. Had it, good deal.
You fucking peasants. I love paying for things full price.
Man, you know
Give
what?
me games for $70, man. No,
Nope.
my bad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to E3. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? The free cards. Thank you. Thank you, Phil and team. You know what I'm saying? I really do appreciate you passing them out to us. And Greenberg, especially. Yes. Put it in your hand. Like, what is this? What is this? Oh man, you just go ahead and have that, man. We appreciate you. Thank you. Anyway.
Here, take a couple more.
But,
here, have a couple more. Like,
here, just have a handful. Oh, are you sure? Yeah. Got you. You can be an Xbox gamer. But anyway, but that should tell you that the service is. I've been had the service for 4 years. For 4 years, and and that should tell you if I'm going to spend to have it for a couple of more years, then shit, it's winning.
Other Zinc in the chat said Spartacus is $205.31 annually.
Jesus.
But you get extended demos on the highest tier, by the way. Extended demos.
Do you get games day and date in there?
No, you get extended demos. Didn't you hear me?
You get to play the game for what? You get to play the full game. But I guess it's going to be for
on there
for 10. No. Of course not.
They better not do 10 hours because some people will beat that game in 10 hours if it's one of those single player.
Right.
Yeah. Like if they did that when Ratchet and Clank came out, come on, bro.
Do you get to play games in the cloud with that?
Oh, no. Not without that PSN. But that's the premium package, the gold package, and up. I believe that's what you can.
Okay,
you can at that point. Yeah,
I'll take the rich mahogany package, please.
Bullshit needs to be called out, and
he said I need to take that bar package.
I call bullshit. That's what I call. I call PlayStation reskinning their brand once again, and it's absolutely ridiculous, and it doesn't make me.
Can you play those games on your Steam Deck?
Other things said day and date demos. Day and date demos, people.
You're asking too much, man. That's welfare gaming for asking all that stuff to be playable. What you want.
And it's $1 more than playing any of the exclusives on Xbox. Oh man.
Oh, cloud gaming is not something that we don't talk about that here at PlayStation. What are you talking about?
That's not the future, sir.
VR is.
Yo, all right, guys, we got
VR. Can you get free VR games on that?
Oh,
maybe.
You know what? They might do that. They might do that. They might.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But the problem is Oculus is superior. Oculus now Meta, it's a superior.
My son's got the HTC Vive. That thing's pretty nice, man. In terms of
Meta seems to be on the way out. AKA Facebook seems to be on the way to MySpace territory here in the next 5 to 7 years. So
MySpace was better anyway.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
It was. It really
That's
was.
It really
nice,
was.
man.
So
You,
much
you could tell when,
customization.
oh man, you could tell the girls that you knew that was about that life, boy. You can see their background sparkles and the music.
That's the music. Yeah.
I'm gonna hit her ass up. Yeah, what up? Yeah.
Oh, you got
How
this
come-
playlist,
how come-
girl? What's
How
good?
come I'm not in your top 10?
Yeah, I love your top 10. Whoa, man, that's all love making music. What's going on here? Why you got
No,
all
I'm
that?
talking about your friends.
Yeah,
list.
why am I not in your top
I'm
five?
not number
What's
2.
going on here? Like,
Oh yeah, oh.
but guys, we have one more topic, and I definitely want to get into this because you know, we had games like Sifu, which I'm amazed at, like kind of like the built up hype for that game when it came out. But Sifu, of course, Horizon Forbidden West. We've had PlayStation games come out, PlayStation exclusives and whatnot come out, and of course that created the narrative of again, people are going in that Xbox has no games. Like, why are you playing Game Pass? There's no games on Game Pass, even though you just heard just one game, Guardians of the Galaxy, going in March 10th. But I look at this year, and you know, when it comes down to it, all of Sony's big first party studios are dropping games this year when it comes down to it. So all these people that are talking about, oh, you know, Xbox gamers, you're in a drought, you ain't got nothing to play and such, it made me think, after God of War Ragnarok drops, what's next for PlayStation? Like, and the only thing that I can see going on, all right, there are games
I
in
know the answer to this
development.
question.
There are games in development, but they just started developing a lot of these games. So you're looking like 3-4 years down the road. And again, this is a narrative that has been told to us over here that play on Xbox as well. But well, those games they're not coming out for 3-4. You know, they start going into 6 years and stuff like that. Like, when we don't know when those games are coming out. Like, after God of War Ragnarok, what's next for PlayStation? Now, Pred, you said you wanted to answer this.
I got the answer to that, man.
All right, what's
Um,
the answer, bro?
collector's editions. So, not the collector. What they call it? Director's cuts. That's what
Director's
they call it.
cuts.
The director's cuts, and then the PC releases, and that's what's going to hold people over. That's going to hold them.
You get messy now.
But
I did
think
warn
about it
people.
though. That's
It might get that way.
that's like that's been their that's been their roadmap. Like, they release a game, they release a couple of games, and then whatever they released before, a year earlier, whatever, they put on PC, or they make a director's cut for it, and that holds everybody over. That brings in profits from the PC gamers. That makes people who really love the game want to replay it again. You know, with now it's got ray tracing. You know, that type of shit. Stuff that they could typically do updates for, like Microsoft does. They charge people money for it, an extra $10 or some shit. You know, so that's how they keep their profits up. So you'll start seeing these director's cuts and these remasters, or which I hope they don't do that anymore.
Oh, you want to
And
you want to
the
even
PC
get
release.
you want to even get dirtier real quick?
Hold on, Crispy.
Those-
Before you do that, I want to let Pred know. Fahim's a cool guy. All right, I co-signed for Fahim that he's a cool person in the chat. He's not necessarily a clown. He loves to mess with people back and forth. Either way, whether it's Xbox or PlayStation, I'm just gonna throw that out there, Fred. Fahim's cool.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take that into account before I block him.
Yeah, for real. But Crispy about to get even messier.
Well, let's think of it this way: the PlayStation community has now beta tested these games for the PC community.
PC players.
Oh, damn! You just made me turn away from my computer.
That is a narrative. That is a narrative that has been pushed. Xbox to PC. Think about that. Even though it's been about even when a game will come out for PC and then come to Xbox and vice versa. So just think about that for a second before you push these crazy illogical narratives out there, because I have
The Beta Station 5.
plenty of receipts, my friends.
Oh no, he's got files. He's got files in his phone, on his computer. There is files.
You know,
Okay.
they're just on my phone, and I've had to buy many Apple Air, as they call it, Apple Air, you know, the cloud service to keep them. So
Wow.
been
Crispy,
fun.
I had respect for you until you said Apple, man. Yeah, I'm just playing, by the way.
I was Samsung before, but it had too many viruses. It got STDs.
Dude, you gotta stop checking out the porn, man. That's what you gotta do. You gotta put the porn down,
but I could
bro.
do that on Apple, so I mean,
Yo, that is the best answer, bro. You're like, but I can do it on Apple. Yo, I did not expect
it doesn't
that,
hurt
but-
my phone. It still works. The charging port might not work though.
Ooh,
I have to wirelessly charge my iPhone now, but
Oh,
it still
my
works very well.
Wow, Crispy, you never cease to amaze me, bro. Yo, K Mega, you heard the question, man, and you know me. I have a tendency to kind of look down the road. You know, when Game Pass first came out, people were making fun of it in terms of the games that were in there, and you were right in that boat with me. But we kind of look further down the road. We're like, wait, calm down, people. This shit is about to get crazy, and I think we predicted that right. This shit is getting crazy. So you look at people talking about Xbox and the drought again. Stalker 2 was supposed to come out this month, and that was a game that I felt like that was a strong game at a strong point in time for Xbox. So it was a shame that it got delayed, and now of course with what's going on in the world, who knows when that game is actually going to come out. But after God of War Ragnarok, I sense in terms of those big games that these Sony extremists absolutely love to hoot and holler about, I think there's going to be a drought. But what do you think, bro?
I mean, listen, I don't go into this whole drought narrative as deep as some people do, because there's still going to be good quality games to come out that's not going to be those AAA bangers. Now, Sony fans, or I should say stands, put themselves in a predicament because they keep talking about those games. And really, if you think about it, that this year was supposed to be like an outstanding, probably most epic year in PlayStation's, a PlayStation year that was just probably going to be up there with some of their best years that they've ever had, right? If you just look at the lineup, you got a new a new Horizon, you got GT7, then you're going to have God of War, then you're going to have, even though they're going to claim it though this year, Ghostwire Tokyo, and then for other games that's going to be coming out, because there was people that was talking about Babylon Falls or whatever
Until they saw the gameplay, and now they're just not talking about it no more.
Yeah, you're going to hear anybody talk about that. Then we'll see about, because I still say that DNF Duel will be a multi-plat, but that's still yet to be determined because they haven't said anything yet. So let's just say if that fighter goes over there and is exclusive, that's a big win for them on the fighting scene. So they got other games, and then they got the smaller games that's going to be coming in lesser known. But God of War is the one game to hold this whole AAA banger talk up. If that game doesn't hit at least a 90,
oh no,
because well, I mean, this is the thing though, right? Like I'm not gonna. I can't wait to play Forbidden West on PC. I'm looking forward to it when they release it. You know what I'm saying? God of War, I might go ahead and get it. You know what I'm saying? I might have a PlayStation 5 at that point. If I don't, then I'll wait for it on PC. But But God of War has the potential, and I thought it was going to be opposite. I thought Forbidden West was going to be that game to leapfrog God of War in the sense of just how good the game looked visually, all the things that they were going to have in the games. But as we've seen, for some reason, the game looks dope, and the game gets. I'm heard really good things about the game, but there's still something off about that game for it to not be in the full discussion, or to be overwritten by Elden Ring like it did. Like, I mean, if
Dude,
it doesn't matter,
it crashed so hard when Elden Ring came out.
Nobody's not showing shit from it no more. It's over.
Except for Christopher Hart.
Everybody forgetting about Starfield, man.
I'm talking about for PlayStation. I'm talking about PlayStation stuff. I'm not talking about anybody, about Xbox, anybody else. I'm just talking about.
There's an answer right there for God of War. I'm just telling you. I believe God Howard, as some people call him. I don't believe that is completely what should be, what people call him. But I mean, you could just tell his love for what they're about to put out, and I think it's going to come out.
For it. Yeah, no.
For a Bethesda game, I think this thing's going to come out super polished compared to what they've ever done.
Well, just think about this for a second. Like, Sony had, if Xbox didn't make this deal, Sony would have had probably the biggest gaming year ever. And because they would have had Horizon come out. Well, Sifu got love. I can't wait to get a chance to play it when it drops on Xbox. Then they get the Ascent. The Ascent finally comes. And I'm telling you, there's gonna be some PlayStation fans that's gonna love that game. That game is amazing. It's amazing. Then you have Forbidden West, you get God of War, Gran Turismo, and then they would have had the marketing rights for Starfield. That's nuts. That's nuts. But it didn't happen that way, so there's a void. And then, like, when people look at Call of Duty, and then they would have had the marketing rights to Call of Duty on top of that, plus, whatever. But that's going to be a little tainted because Microsoft is going to own them here probably by Activision by the summer. So that's still going to be on PlayStation, but that's a Microsoft Studios game now. So God of War is going to have to hit. God of War is going to have to hit for them for their standards, not by mine, because it doesn't matter. I think this whole thing about this and that is so stupid to me. It's trivial. It's childish. But for them, this game better do the same numbers. Better have the same rating or higher than the last God of War, and it's got to be just a overall just hit. But everybody knows that 9 times out of 10 sequels don't do that. They usually get a lesser rating. Forza Horizon 5 is a different story. Maybe God of War will be a different story. But if that game hits an 80, it hits an 89. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, I can't wait to be sitting with my popcorn, watching the internet. I probably won't be playing no games that day. I'm just going to be all on the internet, just watching the meltdown. Because then it will be a thing of just absolute joy to see the stands lose their shit. And then if Starfield comes and it is everything what people say that this game is going to be, then you know who's going to be at the end for Game of the Year. Elden Ring, Starfield, and Breath of the Wild 2.
Well, wait, when does Starfield come out?
November 22nd. November 22nd.
No, 11th.
Man.
Oh, November 11th. My bad.
November 11th. Okay, yeah. Somebody told me after, and I was like, I thought it was earlier than. Yeah, it's November 11th. So I think
they'll find a way. They'll find a way.
They'll find a way to fuck it off. Yeah. But
you missed it by 3 minutes.
Well, no. Okay, now that's. I think this is going to be different, though. I think this game will be different because if this game lives up to the hype, and I'm not saying that it will. I have seen nothing of it, just a clip. I got to see something. Show me something to make me feel what everybody else in the industry and shit is talking about this game. Let me know what Starfield is about so I can get hyped. But you know what? I got hit with the hype bug with Elden Ring, and sure enough, this game delivered. If Starfield is what the industry, and they've been talking about that more than they've been talking about Elden Ring. Think about that for a second. So again, God of War's got the hit because Forbidden West has got kicked to the curb. That's sad.
Dude,
I mean, it looks great.
When Elden Ring came out, sales for Horizon Forbidden West dropped by 80%.
Damn.
Bro, and that was just in Europe. Yo, those are Europe numbers, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. My bad for not saying that right off the bat. Like,
make sure you say that.
Right off the cliff, of course, in one part of the world. That is absolutely insane. And that is a region that is known for spending money on video games. Like, you got United States.
They buy physical copies. Yeah.
Yeah, you got United States, and you got over there in Europe, of course, Japan. But wow, it's amazing how quickly like Horizon Forbidden West just got kind of tossed to the side a little bit. And I gotta say, when it comes to Horizon, graphically, the game looks gorgeous, but the first one did as well. I had a PS4. I played the first Horizon for a while. I just after kind of like the shine, the new car smell, after the graphics kind of okay, this is what Horizon is. Once that kind of like astonishment for graphics came out, like to me the game was incredibly boring in my opinion. I couldn't beat it, man. Like I didn't want to. I went back to God of War 3 Remastered. I'm like, yeah, no, I have a lot more fun with this game. But
I think Horizon. Oh shit! Horizon was good. I liked Horizon. I mean, the story wasn't over compelling or nothing like that. It had a decent story to it. I mean, but I think the shine of it was just what Guerrilla Games did with just going out of it, doing something different and making it work the way that they did. So this game, I don't know. I haven't heard too much about how good this story is. Most things that I hear is that the combat is top notch and that the graphics, of course, is just beautiful. And then, of course, what we've been seeing is the bugs. But what game doesn't have bugs these days? But
some funny ass bugs in there too, bro.
Yeah, but no, I agree with Scott. No, you just hear me saying like I don't know anything about Starfield. You won't hear me talking about Starfield in a light like I do with. I know Breath of the Wild is going to be better. Now, I've never played. Only played like an hour of the first one. I'm just waiting for that price to go down. That game is 5 years old and that shit is still $60. I'm not buying that game until it goes down to an appropriate price. So now I'm probably have to wait until just play the second game now. So, and just skip the first Breath of the Wild altogether. But
yeah, Nintendo, they don't drop prices, bro. They don't drop prices, man.
So yeah, no, Starfield is a big question mark for me because I don't know anything about it. But the industry has been talking about this game for years, what 2 or 3 years now, and let's not forget Sony was banking on this game when they was trying to get exclusive rights for this game. So that should tell you something, right? Like, I mean, you could say, well, Deathloop, but look at all the accolades that Deathloop got. Like, I mean, Deathloop doesn't look like it's a game that I would be overly just dying to play. Ghostwire Tokyo, but they're talking about Starfield in a whole different light. Like, this is a game of games. Like, that to me, like, they say Skyrim in space. When you say anything about Skyrim, that perks people's ears up.
Yes.
So
yes, that definitely does.
So that's the whole point right there. But I just God of War. This is just a solid year for Sony. No matter what. I've seen try say that in the chat, and he's right. But by the standard, that's why I'm putting in quotations, doing my quotation fingers. By the standard of the PlayStation stand, these bangers have to be 90 plus, and they're 0 for 2. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, will they be 0 for 3? Let's see.
I got
Because you can't count Ghostwire Tokyo, because that's an Xbox game now. So
all I gotta say is be careful of what you say on social media right now. You're going in and talking to Xbox people about droughts and stuff. You got to remember, it seems like Sony is blowing their first party load all in 1 year, like all their major hitters and stuff. Unless you just really like remasters, which Pred brought up, and I have a feeling that's gonna fill some gaps.
The Last of Us.
But you look at, again, it has to be announced, but I'm hoping that Forza Motorsport comes out this year. Then you have, Starfield at the end of the year. Redfall is also slated for this year as well, and I think a lot of people forget about that. That's a game that I'm definitely interested in. And then you start looking into next year with like Hellblade 2 and those games. Like, this is like, we're on the verge of getting those 4 or 5 kind of like first party Xbox games per year. You got to remember, all those studios, this is what they were bought for. All right. And they're all going to be in Game Pass. This is what those studios were bought for. We are on the verge of seeing that whole thing really start to ramp up. And that vision that Xbox had of these games coming out yearly, it's right there, and it's going to be weird that if it comes into a point in time, kind of like Sony is dropping all their first party games this year, and as to what we can see, there are definitely gaps within Xbox and their first party this year. That's not going to be the way that same way next year. And what's Sony bringing to the table? Because they already gave you guys everything.
Bug Snacks 2.
Oh,
Bug
get ready.
Snacks.
Game of the year.
Astro
Bug Snacks. Bug Snacks.
What was the other game they had that came out? Everybody was hyping up when it first came out.
Dreams.
No. Fuck no. It was a launch title for PlayStation.
Godfall.
Godfall 2.
Godfall.
No, even my buddy Mooch was all in on Godfall. They didn't argue with me on Crossfire.
Yeah,
And All-Star.
Destruction All Stars.
Destruction All Stars. Godfall.
Greatest.
I will say,
Hey.
I will be on Crossfire tomorrow, and I swear, if I hear Mooch hyping up a racing game, when it comes to Gran Turismo, because when I was on Crossfire talking about Forza Horizon, he's like, yeah, well, it's just another racing game, Festival and all that good stuff.
Different.
Like,
What's different? What's different from this Forza from last Forza?
you see what I'm saying? Oh, it's just a racing game. Like, well, dude, it's going to be interesting tomorrow if that happens. But guys, that's pretty much the show.
The show.
See,
that song was slapping, boy.
K-Mega, that's going to be in your head for the rest of the night.
It is. I'm going to go to YouTube and let it play out, watch the trailer again. So, Bug Snacks. Bug Snacks.
You need to have that in your soundboard, bro.
You know what? I think I might.
Oh, no.
I think I might.
But on that note, guys, huge shout out to the chat. It has been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys on this Thursday night. The back and forth is priceless. You guys have been absolutely amazing. And absolutely love the support for the channel and the show. If you guys haven't done it yet, definitely hit that thumbs up button. Share the show out. Let people know that we are here every Thursday, 8 p.m. to talk the gaming news and to have a little fun with you guys in the chat. But like a 40-year-old with a comb over, it is time to get those plugs in. And I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to start with K-Mega first.
Oh, Bug Snacks. Hey, Bug Snacks.
If he doesn't have it on the soundboard, he will sing it for you. But
Yes,
K-Mega,
sir.
you got a show coming up tomorrow. What do you got going on, bro?
Yeah, no, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I do appreciate for everybody coming and checking out the podcast here lately, man. It's been great. And the streams, you know what I'm saying? The streams here lately. You guys, really thank you for the support. You know what I'm saying? I promised that I was going to be trying to do more content. And thank you guys for Crispy, you know what I'm saying, for you being the first person to be a part of Fight Night 1-on-1. You know what I'm saying? It was great. It was fun. We came out more even than it was than I would like to, but we, you know what I'm saying, but you fought hard, valiantly. You had me frustrated a couple of times, man. So it was all good, man. So what was you gonna say?
Cheers to that, bro.
Yeah, no, cheers. But you know, we're gonna do it again, you know what I'm saying? Some Soul Calibur, some more Mortal Kombat. I will be hitting up some other people in the community. You know what I'm saying? You pick the fighter and we'll go at it. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw for me, it just doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I just wanna have fun with people, just kind of expand the fight night, other than just when I do it on Sunday. So and try to get more people involved into fighters, man. Let them see that, look, you don't have to be the best fighter in the world. I'm not the best fighter in the world, except for Tekken. But, you know, other than that, like, it is what it is. So I hope you guys will continue to keep supporting that. And, yeah, when I hit you up, I hope you're down for that. But, yes, GRG tomorrow night. I see that a lot of people liked Rob's a Geek. She is a mess. She said that she wanted to come back again this week, so that is going to be fun. I know Dee is going to be excited about that. So yeah, so it was cool. But I appreciate Sir X-Man coming in and being a guest, hopping in. Now he was talking a little bit too long about what was it? I think it was hamburgers with horsey sauce, whatever the case may be. But other than that, so thank you guys. Come and check out.
What the fuck is horse sauce?
Horsey sauce, horse sauce. Yeah,
Arby's. No.
Arby's. Yes, it's white, creamy stuff. I think it's kind of like in the mayonnaise family.
You lost me with white and creamy.
Sauce and white and creamy. And
It's horseradish and mayo, motherfucker.
Bro, I don't know. I never ate that shit. That shit, like, you know,
boar's head
Not the white folks
horseradish sauce is amazing, by the way.
So again, listen. You're white as mayonnaise, so but I get it. You know what I'm saying? So
Hold on,
it is
what
it is. But
does
thank
the
you guys.
Don
Go check
say?
it out.
May I interest you in some potato salad?
Oh yeah, Don say that too. Yes, another person that likes his Cambodian yak with a little bit of mayo.
May I interest you in some grape poupon?
Oh my God. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my goodness, yo!
You gotta appreciate the white brothers and sisters, man, that I deal with, man. Pred, I don't know how we do it, but we deal with it, man.
Yeah.
Just deal with it.
I've been tuned out since white and creamy.
Yeah, he's like, what happened? What? I don't even know. Got a mental block going on here. Yo, Crispy,
Yo,
what do you got for the outro, bro? I know you're doing other shows. What's going on, man?
oh man, 24-hour period. I'm doing 3 shows. This is the first one, and we got Breakfast of Boom tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. I'm gonna be on Doomslayer, Doomsayer, as he is known on Twitter, and we're gonna do a show at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow night, and then of course you can find me on the Retro Renegades Tuesday night 7 p.m. and back here on the next podcast 8 p.m. prime time.
Oh,
Let's go.
And next week I do have Thursday off, so we will be more on time than we were today. All right, guys, is that cool? Is that cool, guys?
Allow it.
I'm down for it. It's pretty late right now.
I might bet some money on that. Let's go.
Yo, Pred, it is outro time. What do you got for us, brother?
Nothing, man. See y'all next week.
See you next week.
Hopefully I get some gaming in this week coming up. I haven't been able to game in fucking since November, so and I'm behind because K-Mega's beating the shit out of me right now on this other game, so he's probably already beat it. You know me, I usually jump in a game. I have shit done in a couple of days, but I haven't.
No, there's some hard shit in this game that you. I'm not there yet. I'm a level 59 though. They say you get to level 60, things get really really
Dude,
good for
it's
you. But I think
funny.
you got to be a level 80.
Guys, it's funny. Like I've never played a Souls game, right? The only Souls game that I have available to me right now without spending any money, my son has Dark Souls 2, and from what I hear, that is the hardest Souls game out of all of them.
Mm.
And it's like, oh man, do I want to dive in on the hardest one right off the bat?
No. For
Go to Elden
anybody
Ring.
out there, do Elden Ring. That's the way to go, man. That for
I
people
don't know,
like us who
the horse cannon that gets you up on the cliffs. I laugh every time I see that, man. I don't know if I could take it seriously, bro.
no, you'll take it seriously because when you first walk out there and you see that and you get your ass beat by a regular thing, you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh shit, this cream puff, come here. Or a mosquito, big ass dragonfly killed my ass when I first played the game. Like I went against the Sentinel. I said, okay, I'm going to the right. I fought the bats, felt good. And there was this big ass dragonfly. I said, what the hell is that? And then that thing went, killed me instantly. So yeah. So bro, yeah, no. You gotta have to be on your toes, man, especially when you first start. But it is a great entryway to get into this game because once the further you get, the more that you get invested into it. It locks you in. I mean, I'm going to be playing it all night tonight. So
You know, it's funny because when I told K Mega I pre-ordered, he's like, "Really?"
yeah, I know. I'm like,
He's
shit,
like,
I'm
"Really?
not
You
worried
really
about
gonna play that?" Like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. And I haven't played it. And he's kicking ass and loving it. So this is
Well,
funny.
we all remember Pred promised Elden Ring gameplay at some point in time. So
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
you'll get it when I give it to you. Just fucking wait.
be be on the lookout for that, guys. But again, huge shout out to the chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Really do appreciate it. We are again here every Thursday at 8 p.m. But you guys,
What the fuck was that?
you guys have a great
Prime
night,
time.
and we will see you next week on the next
Their
podcast.
defenses are broken. Let the slaughter begin.
That's what Xbox is saying right now. Seeing the gates of PlayStation. They're saying, what?
Their defenses are broken. Let the slaughter begin.
Wow.
Boy, that Xbox is coming, boy. Dang it.
Have a great night, everybody.
Later.
It's that white creamy stuff.
Speed Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Spartan 117. And you're tuned in to Next Podcast. Now, wake me when you need me.